Imagine this. You're planning a peaceful getaway to the Outer Banks, only to find that one of the main lifelines connecting you to your destination has been shut down. Now, picture flooded streets, homes battered by relentless waves, and sand covering everything in sight. This isn't a scene from a disaster movie. It's the reality facing residents and visitors alike after Hurricane Erin swept through the North Carolina coastline. But here's where it gets concerning. While the storm itself may have moved on, its aftermath is proving just as disruptive, if not more so. As of Thursday afternoon, North Carolina Highway 12 remains closed across parts of the Outer Banks. Crews are working tirelessly to clear away water and sand that have overtaken sections of the roadway. Tim Hass, Communications Officer for Division 1 of the North Carolina Department of Transportation, NCDOT, provided an update on the cleanup efforts following the hurricane's impact. So far, no visible pavement damage has been reported, but with water and sand still obscuring large portions of the road, it's impossible to make a definitive assessment. Until we can fully clear the debris, Hass explained, we won't know for sure whether there's any structural harm. If significant pavement damage is discovered, the closure could extend even longer, though exactly when the highway might reopen remains uncertain. The situation grew dire enough Wednesday evening that officials were forced to close NC Highway 12 between Oregon Inlet and Hatteras Village due to severe ocean overwash and breaches in protective dunes. According to Hass, some areas suffered particularly heavy blows. For instance, just north of Hatteras Village, floodwaters rose so high they reached halfway up the hubcaps of an NCDOT truck, a vivid illustration of the sheer volume of water involved. Similarly, the northern end of Ocracoke Island faced extensive damage, leaving roads buried under layers of sand and standing water. Dare County Manager Bobby Oughton echoed these concerns during a briefing later Thursday. "We've got a massive amount of water covering the roads," he noted, praising the DOT's swift response while cautioning about another incoming high tide expected Thursday night. The rising waters brought fears of further dune breaches near Hatteras Village, which could exacerbate the already precarious conditions. "It looks like it's mostly water and sand right now," Oughton said. "But if the pavement gets compromised, repairs will take much longer, and restoring access will become significantly harder." To tackle the monumental task ahead, Outer Banks crews have mobilized an impressive array of resources. 13 front-end loaders, 3 motor graders, 6 bulldozers, 2 excavators, and 19 dedicated workers are currently deployed to assist with cleanup operations. Additional equipment and personnel are also on standby to provide support as needed. But what does all this mean for those living in or visiting the affected areas? Residents shared footage highlighting the extent of the devastation. In one video captured by a Buxton resident, floodwaters inundated streets in a Hatteras Village neighborhood, submerging driveways and causing noticeable damage to the lower levels of beachfront homes. Another clip near the Hatteras Inn revealed grills completely buried under mounds of sand, an unsettling reminder of how quickly nature can reshape the landscape. Conditions worsened dramatically late Wednesday into early Thursday morning, as powerful surf pushed torrents of water onto roads and battered vulnerable properties along the coast. Donnie Bowers, a photographer based in the Outer Banks, described witnessing entire parking lots submerged, with waves crashing through hotels, houses, and other structures. "I saw debris everywhere. Pieces of treated wood, fragments of boardwalks, all being carried inland by the surging waters," Bowers recounted. Some of it travelled nearly 300 yards from the shoreline. Despite the challenges, authorities remain cautiously optimistic. WRAL meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner reassured residents that the worst appears to be over. However, safety remains paramount. Barricades and road-closed signs line key stretches of NC Highway 12, including at the Bass Knight Bridge near Oregon Inlet, where WRAL news teams observed ongoing restrictions Thursday morning. Meanwhile, updates from the NCDOT indicate varying degrees of disruption throughout different regions. Kitty Hawk, minor issues with blown sand, but the road remains passable. P Island, overnight overwash left deep sand deposits. This section is closed. Buxton North End, persistent overwash overnight and during Thursday's high tide resulted in sand and standing water on the road. This segment is also closed. Hatteras, major overwash caused dune breaches during yesterday's high tide, with deep sand, water and debris obstructing the roadway, closed to traffic. Ocracoke, significant overwash flattened large portions of the protective dune system. This area is closed. Rodanthe, notable overwash occurred on several secondary roads. Crews are actively working to clear what they can. The NCDOT stated Thursday morning, though no estimated timeline for reopening the highway has been announced. To aid recovery efforts, North Carolina Emergency Management launched a hotline 910-218-1569 called Crisis Cleanup, connecting households in need of assistance with volunteers ready to help. And this is the part most people miss. While the immediate focus is understandably on clearing roads and assessing property damage, the long-term implications of such events often go overlooked. How will repeated flooding and erosion affect communities dependent on tourism? What steps should local governments take to better prepare for future storms? These questions deserve careful consideration, and perhaps your input too. Do you think enough is being done to protect coastal infrastructure? Or do you believe alternative solutions, like relocating certain structures further inland, should be explored? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.